did any research on me or anything, like I haven't been in any beef in my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't like that shit. And like when someone hates me or if someone doesn't like me for some reason, I always try to be the better person and like hit them up. Even if I'm not in the wrong, I'm like, you know what? Like life is too short to just hate people or like be in any like beef with anyone. And the whole thing stemmed from like just after I saw that first TikTok or the weight TikTok, I was like, okay, like that's fine, like that's what they do. And then I think what triggered everything was like seeing you guys in person, and I thought you guys were gonna take like a different approach on it, or like because you know you said like I thought like maybe you guys like didn't think I saw it or whatever. And like when I saw you guys, I was like, yo, like that's TheSync, because I know you guys, like I've seen you guys on my For You page all the time, and like I genuinely like enjoy your shit, like it's entertaining. And when I saw you guys, I'm like, dude, like what a coincidence, like just 3 days ago they roasted me. So I'm like, oh fuck, like and then like I saw you guys approach me, and I don't know why I felt some type of way, because I've never dealt with this. Usually like I'll get haters, obviously, like I have 19 mil, like I get so much hate, but I feel like I've met a ton of haters that have switched up in person, like where like I could just tell off the bat, like if someone comes up to me in like a weird tone, but it's like, yo, let me get a picture, I'm like, oh, that dude's left a hate comment on my video. But like I've never like met someone that that I've actually seen on the internet hate on me. I don't know if you guys see it as hating, you know?
Okay, so, like,
that's what you guys like, I think are like, you guys aren't doing it in a hateful way from what I learned.
And also it was different with that topic. It was because it was like a boxing match. So like we kind of had to like talk about like the weight,
the context
weight
of the
class.
TikTok
for sure.
So the Aiden Ross versus Faze rug video, and then Aiden asked you how much you weigh, and you said 120, and we were making jokes saying like 120. How are you already how are you 120? And then we made jokes about how you need to get your weight up. It's not healthy, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I get that it like makes sense in the topic of the like the video, because if you guys just randomly were watching a video of mine, it's like, yo, that dude's skinny as fuck. Like, what is he, 120? Like, then it would be different, I guess. And I didn't see it like that at first. I was just like, damn, it seemed like they were taking shots at me. So when I saw you guys in person, like I made that joke, like, oh, my 120 pound self. Like I was being petty, I'm not gonna lie. But after you guys left, I was just like, I don't know why I still felt some type of way. I'm like, I feel like this is the one time I could stand up for myself. And and I didn't do it for any like clout or to make me seem like cool or whatever, because when I walked up to you guys, I walked up solo. Like I didn't do it to like show off in front of friends. I didn't bring a camera, and I'm like, I just kind of want to put my foot down and just kind of be like, yo, were you guys the one talking shit? And
that's why we walked up too, because like we respect you, and we respect like what you did to the space. So that's why when we walked up, we were like, oh, it's Faze Rug, let's go talk to him, because we respect you. And then we didn't realize that like you took like the jokes to heart. So it was kind of like,
and we weren't even thinking about that video as we approached.
Me personally, I didn't remember like us making the video.
We filmed every single day.
Every day for the past year. That
makes sense. When we heard you, then obviously we remembered, right? But it's still like, even if we didn't make that video, we would have approached you the exact same way.
For sure.
And talked to you the exact same way.
Because we're not hateful. Like the difference between like, I feel like a hater and like what we do. Like we wouldn't come up to you and be like, oh, you're small, and like do that, because like that's just not what we do, and that's like not what anybody should do.
Of course,
like we'd come up to you the same way, like not even like a ass kissing way. It'd be more of just like, what's good. Like at the time, we just wanted like a little interview because the Faze team was about to go on.
Of course, no, that totally makes sense. I think that's just how I've been. Like in the past, like PewDiePie's made a video about me, talking crap about me, and like, that shit hurt me for like a week. I'm like, bro, like,
that's lit. PewDiePie's talking.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. No, at the end of the day, like all my friends are like, dude, Rug, like who cares? Like it's PewDiePie. Exactly. And I'm like, bro, I don't know. Like he called me ugly, bro. Like that shit. I'm like, dude, like that actually hurt. And yeah, so I made a video about that. Like you know, people have different opinions, but the thing that I see is like people with a heavy influence that talk bad about someone also turns their fans toxic, you know, like it makes them like, oh, PewDiePie thinks that Rug is ugly, we have to think Rug is ugly, and we have to let him know. And like, so I was just getting like shit on for like a week, and I'm like, bro, for what? Like, you know, for what? And so I made a video about it. I talked about my feelings, because at the end of the day, like I really don't see myself above anyone, of course, and like I feel like I have feelings just like every other human. And like I mentioned on my podcast, like having materialistic items, a big house, like money, followers, whatever, like it just doesn't like, it doesn't make me invincible in a way. And like when I so I've just been that type of person when I see hate. And that's the one thing I've struggled with being an influencer. It's like when I see hate, I really take it to heart and it sucks. Like I wish I could change that. And lately I have been better with it. Cause when I saw like the first TikTok you guys made of the Aiden Ross thing, I kind of like got offended for like 5 minutes. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Like it's whatever. I need to learn to not take this to heart. But then I think the thing that triggered me to even talk about it was the second podcast. What was it? It was another podcast that
team podcast.
We did a podcast being like Aiden Ross confronted us or something like that. We talked about the situation. We were like, we were like, I mean, straight up, like after that incident happened, we went outside of the dodgeball tournament and we were just talking. We were like, that was a little whack, right? What the fuck just happened? Yeah. Because like it was a mix of like, is that super petty? Is that just whack and just like hostile? What should we do about it? And like
with my situation,
right after we talked.
Yeah, at the time when you said that, like I couldn't remember the video, and then we pulled up the video, and I was like,
the movie one, yeah.
I don't know why I just remember shit like it's so weird. Like I just I didn't remember the movie shit until after I came up to you guys the second time. I was like, hold on, wait, I could have swore they talked about me again, and then I remember the movie thing, and I'm like, damn, that's two negative things. Like I feel like I just have to say something because I felt some type of way. And if I was doing it for a clout or whatever, like I'd come up with like a camera, like, yo, you guys were shit talking. And I would have clickbaited it, like confronting haters. But like I didn't do that because I just wanted to let you guys know how I felt. Didn't dap you up. Petty on my end. I'm not going to lie. But like I just felt like, I was like, damn, like this is so weird. Like I've never dealt with this in person before. Because like I said earlier, like when a hater comes up to me, and pretends to be my friend, I don't know that they commented something hateful. Right. So I'm like, okay, like maybe he was a fan. But then when I know the people that like actually did talk about me came up to me, that's when like, that was the first time that's ever happened to me, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that was the first time we ever been through something like that for sure.
Yeah, we were in the car talking about it. We were like, low-key, that was kind of thug that he just walked up by himself.
Thank you. Not because like I was just like, dude, I don't care if I'm 120 pounds. Like I just gotta let them know like I don't appreciate that. But that's why I'm here today. Like I want to make things like I'm always the type of guy that just wants to be cool with everyone. Like, you know, unless they just don't want to be cool. Like if they're like, fuck you, Faze Rug, I don't want to be friends with you. Like I'm fine with that. But if I feel like we could talk about it and get both sides and we both understand where we're all coming from, then it could just work out. I just hate beefing with people.
Yeah, what like stemmed it like though? Because it passed by for like a month or 2 months, and then everything just came up literally yesterday.
It was the second video, or the one where you said Sean told you guys that I talked about you. Yeah. I'm being 100% honest. Like I don't remember talking about you guys whatsoever. And Sean is such a nice kid. And I'm like, there's no way that he did this in an ill way. Like, yo, Faze Rug was talking about you guys. You need to do something. Yeah. I don't know where it came from. That's what I'm confused about. So then when I saw that, when
we said it, like I would never lie about something like that for a story.
That's what I didn't know. It wasn't like a lie. You just saw and goes, dude, Sean just said this to me.
Sean literally.
Yeah. And just for context, what happened was Sean called us at some point before a podcast and said, hey, I was hanging out with Faze Rug filming video with him. And I asked him who he's beefing with. And Faze Rug said, I'm right now beefing with TheSync. And then Sean called us. That's what he said.
I don't like literally.
How could I like that? If that's a lie, that is like the most like genius fucking lie.
It's for no reason. I promise you guys, like it literally. That would not even come up in a topic of convo. Like exactly. He came over and I was doing like an overnight challenge on my roof and like obviously when I meet someone I want to like learn more about them. I asked him about his magic. He said he's doing some big stuff. He asked me about my YouTube shit and I'm like, all right, so you want to do the bit? Like I just needed a little bit for my video. He did it. He recorded a part for his video. I took a picture with him and it was over after that. It was literally a 20-minute thing. So I was so confused as to where that came from. But I think that's what triggered me is because like the way that you guys were talking about it was like very hostile and like, oh, like we're not switching up. Like we're like, we live rent free in your head. So I think that's what made me want to talk about it on my podcast. Cause I'm like, damn, like the first altercation, whatever, it passed by. I even messaged you on the TheSync Instagram saying like, I'm down to talk about it on a podcast, which is why I'm here today. Cause like, I just want to be the bigger person and just, I don't like talking shit. Like I just felt on my podcast, like do you guys, when you guys film a podcast, do you guys sometimes feel like you're like, yo, this is my time to like, I could talk some shit now. Like
you feel like there's a time to talk and say
because think about this. Like I've been doing YouTube for like 10 years now and I've never had a platform to where I could like talk about experiences. And it just so happened that this experience was the most recent thing that happened to me that I'm like, yo, like
podcasts get you into a lot of shit too.
It does. That's what I don't want to be that type of person. Like I don't want to be like talking shit about someone. Like
you could tell a story, and then it might be they say it's not true or blah blah blah, and then you just don't like mean it in that way, and then you're kind of like just
and that's probably where I took it wrong. Is like you guys do this like for entertainment, and like you guys probably don't mean any of it. It's not like after the podcast you guys were probably like, dude, Rug really is skinny. Like he's a fucking twig.
Exactly.
Like that's just where I didn't see that. Like so, I just don't know. I think the second thing is what triggered me. It's like I don't know where that came from, and I was just so confused when I saw that. When you posted the story, you're like, Faze Rug keeps talking about us. I was like, me? Like I promise you guys, like I did not think about it after the day after the dodgeball tournament, and I'm like, where did that come from? Like I just need to know. But so it wasn't. So he did call you guys and tell you that?
Yeah, he FaceTimed me after. It was just like random. I thought it was gonna be about something else because we're hopefully doing a TV show. Should be lit. But he FaceTimed me. He's like, oh, I was with Faze Rug filming a bit, blah blah blah. And then he's like what's the beef going on with you and Faze Rug? And I was like, we're like, wait, why? And he just said that we were beefing with you, basically. I don't like you said. He was like, oh, are you beefing with anyone? And you're like, no, I don't really like to get into drama and stuff like that. But as of right now, I'm kind of in drama with TheSync and beef with TheSync right now.
But this is what you labeled as the lie that we kept on telling you was that this happened, right?
Yeah, because I'm like, I wouldn't ever say as of right now I'm in drama or beef because that already blew by, like the whole dodgeball thing. So like that's not in my vocab to even say that. Like being 100% transparent, which is why I'm here. Like I don't know where that came from, and I don't even want Sean to get blamed for anything because he's such a nice kid and like he's literally so genuine. And he said the same about me, and I'm like, bro, like there's no way that this happened. Maybe if he said something like that, he didn't know you guys would talk about it on a podcast, or like did you guys tell him you're gonna talk about it?
No, I just like I heard a story, so I'm gonna talk about it.
See, that's the worst part about like he said she said shit. Like it never resolves anything. Like I've been in situations like that with like off camera, like, oh, this person said something about you, and then I'm like, oh, well, I heard about this. And then unless you actually sit down and talk with the person to resolve it, that's the only way you could get to the bottom of it.
100%.
And like if you just keep talking from like stories that you hear about people, it just isn't proven. Like, you know what I mean? But I just want to I just moved out to LA a month ago, and the whole reason why I moved out here is to for business, you know, like I want to make dope videos. I started my podcast, and I can't say that. Shit, I almost just exposed myself. But I've been doing a lot of big things, and the one thing that wasn't in my list of things is to like hate on people, or people hate on me, or like get in drama. So I want to squash this. I think you guys are dope. Like I've seen your guys' TikToks all the time. Like it's cool, and I think I take responsibility on like the way I handled it on my podcast. Like I think I felt more like, oh, I could finally speak, like I finally talk shit. So like I kind of went a little overboard, but I definitely could take jokes more lightly. But I think that's just how I am as a person. It's hard to just get shit on without
especially like when talking about weight, like something you can't change.
It's so hard, bro. I don't know what it is. Like